Hello friends, in this video I will talk about descriptive statistics. Usually when we talk about statistics is the collection of the data, arrangement of the data, that is the organization of the data, presentation of the data using the various graphs, analysis of the data, interpretation of the outcomes and conclusion. So this is the procedure of statistics. We can broadly divide statistics into two parts. First one is descriptive statistics and second one is inferential statistics. In this video, I will talk about descriptive statistics. Usually, it is a very first step, that is to summarize the data. And using descriptive statistics, we can summarize our data. And for summarization of the data, there are various methods available under the descriptive statistics. And these are measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion, and measures of distribution. So measures of central tendency will give us the center point of the data. And using the measures like mean, median, and mode, we can get that central point. Then measures of dispersion will give us the scatteredness of the data. That is, using the mean, we can see how much is the dispersion in the data from the mean. Then measures of distribution, usually skewness and kurtosis are used to see the distribution of the data, and using that further we can decide upon which statistical test we can use if we are going to test any hypothesis. So if I talk about skewness is the measure of asymmetry in the data. That means whether the data is symmetrical to mean or not. Then kurtosis is the study of the tail of the graph, that is the normal distribution curve, and the peakness of that curve. So using these two measures, we can understand the distribution of the data. So if I talk about that how we can find all these measures in Excel, so for that, now we will move to the Excel and we will see how we can perform all these things in Excel. So friends, here in this Excel, we can see we are having one series of the data, that is weight. For the weight data or for the weight variable, we are having certain number of observations with us. So weight is, firstly, we need to know it is a kind of continuous variable. It is a numeric in nature. That means this variable can take values in terms of decimal points as well. Or I can say, if I say between 50 and 51, there are so many numbers which are existing. So this way, this is a kind of numeric variable. And we can measure weight in decimal points as well. That is the weight or the numeric variable. Now, as I said, we are having various kind of measures to find the summary of this variable, that is weight. So the very first one is, suppose I want to find the mean of the weight. So in statistics, there are certain inbuilt functions available. For example, if I will write here equal. Friends, we need to know this thing. If we want to perform any kind of function in statistics, firstly, we need to put a equal sign in the cell. And after that, we need to write the name of the function. So as you can see, I have written AVE. So Excel is showing me all the related functions which are starting from AVE. So here the appropriate one is the average. So the other name of mean is average also. We can double click on that and then we can see it is asking us to pass numbers. So either we can pass directly some numbers or we can give the range of the data. So here you can give the range of your data by pressing Shift Control and the downward key. And then you can close the bracket. Once you will close the bracket and press enter, you would able to get the mean value. So this way, this is the mean of the data. That is weight. Now for the median, again you need to put a equal sign. Then once you need to type ME, you would be able to see the function here, that is median. So you can double click on that and then you can give the range of your data, and after giving the range, you can close the bracket and press enter to get the median value. Similarly, we can also find here the mode. So you need to put the equal sign and type MO, and then you can see MOD function is available. Here I am passing the range of my data closing the bracket and pressing the enter. So it is giving me the mode. So these are the three measures of central tendency, and we can see mean and median are very close to each other. Although mode is little bit distant from the mean and median. But if I want to say, I can say these all three are almost similar or close to each other. Further talking about measures of dispersion. So for example, I want to find the standard deviation. So I am writing here, or I am typing the equal sign and writing STD, and we can find STDEV function is available. Again, we can give the range of the data. We can close the bracket and press enter. So this is giving us the standard deviation of the weight. Now we can find the variance. So you need to put a equal sign and you need to type VAR, and then you can simply use the function VAR. And then you can again pass the range of your variable or your data, and you can close the bracket from the keyboard and then press enter. This will give you the variance. There is a relationship between the standard deviation and variance. If you will square your standard deviation, you will get the variance. So that also we can see here. I am using here the equal sign, selecting the standard deviation, multiplying this by the standard deviation, because we need to have the square of this. So this way you can see we are getting the standard deviation. Now moving ahead and talking about the measures of distribution. So that is skewness. You need to put a equal sign in the blank cell and then type SKE, and you would be able to see the function is skew. And in this function, you need to only give the range of your variable, and you can close the bracket and you can press the enter to get the skewness value. So friends, although the skewness for the normally distributed data is 0, but here we are getting a skewness in the minus form, and it is very small figure. So we can say the skewness is negative for the weight data, but it is very close to 0. Somewhere we can say that our weight variable is approximately normally distributed. But this is not the only measure to conclude about the normality of the data. You need to also calculate the kurtosis value. So here I need to write or type the equal, and once I will write KUR, you would be able to see the only function starting from KUR. KU is kurt, and then you can give the range of your data, and then you can close the bracket, and after that you can press the enter, and this is the kurtosis figure. And kurtosis is again a negative value here. Usually for the normally distributed data, the kurtosis figure is 3, but here it is minus 0.79, very close to 0. So generally there are three types of kurtosis: mesokurtic, that means the kurtosis of the data is 0; leptokurtic, that means the kurtosis of the data is positive; and the platykurtic, that means the kurtosis of the data is negative. So here your weight variable is platykurtic because the kurtosis value is negative. So friends, this way using functions we can calculate the various measures of understanding the summary of our data, and these are known as descriptive statistics of our data. So this is the one way of getting the descriptive statistics of data. The next method or next way of getting the descriptive statistics I'll discuss in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you. Happy learning.